Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Simbiat. If you're stopping by for the first time, welcome. Don't forget to like my video, share with your friends and family, hit the subscribe button and turn on post notifications so that you can get notified as soon as I post my videos. Alright, very quickly in today's video I'm going to be taking the HIV test, and I just got back from work and I tried to do this very quickly before I eat, because one of the measures you should take before taking this test is to ensure that you've not eaten in the last 20 minutes prior to taking this test, or you've not brushed your teeth in the last if you've not brushed your teeth in the last 30 minutes prior to taking this test. All right, so this test, some of the benefit of taking this test is, first and foremost, it is very confidential. You take the test at the comfort of your house or wherever, and it's just you. It's easy to take. The results are very easy to read, and according to this, it is 99% accurate. And if you test and the result is positive, you just have to go back to a laboratory so that your blood sample will be collected, and then another test will be carried out to ensure that the result is actually positive and not just false positive. And so I'll be taking you through the process of doing the test and also taking the readings of the test. Okay, another thing I'd like to mention is that this test does not involve blood collection, so it's very painless. It's easy to use. It's just the saliva that it collects. So antibodies in the saliva. And what are antibodies? Antibodies are proteins that are produced by the body to fight antigens. And antigens are any foreign substances that come into the body, like that affects the body. So it could be viruses, it could be bacteria, it could as well be blood, because during transfusion you get blood from another person to another person, and then the person that receives the blood, which is the recipient, produces antibodies to fight this blood. So there are measures that are taken so that there are no reactions to the blood that the person have gotten. And also, even in organ transplants, when you get heart or kidney from somebody, when the recipient gets heart or kidney or liver from a donor, the recipient's immune system produces antibodies to fight this organs. So that's why most times they are placed on immunosuppressants, so that there is no antibodies are not produced so well to fight these organs, because then the transplant will probably fail. And another thing is that, so this collects the antibodies, and I know you are wondering, okay, if you collect antibodies, what if it's not HIV antibodies? Antibodies are antigen specific, so for different antigens the body produces different antibodies in response to these antigens. Okay, not to waste so much time, let's go straight into taking this test. And by the way, if you do take this test and it comes out positive, ensure you seek help and go to facilities where you can be taken care of and take treatments and continue, because if you do follow through with your treatment and you're adherent to your treatment, viral load will be greatly suppressed. But if you default and decide not to, then it only gets worse. The immune system becomes compromised, and then other things begin to affect the person. So I would advise that if it does come out positive, as confidential as it is, you could still seek help from people, and that's medical professionals, because whatever you have decided to discuss with them is confidential. And if it is negative, it's not the end. Just make sure you take the precautions not to become positive. And you could also take the test again in 3 months time, because that's the window period for the virus. We're going to be opening this now. So this is what it looks like. I think for different countries there are different packaging, but it's oral quick, and from the word oral you could almost say oral, like mouth. So that's where we'll be taking our sample from. And once you open this up, there is this aluminium packaging here. I don't know if you can see. Okay, there's this aluminium packaging here. Oral quick self-test, referred to testing direction inside the pack. So that means there is a direction on how to use this inside the pack. And then the other thing in the pack is this. So this is just like some information about abstinence, or about how to manage the virus if you do come out positive, and then there are contacts you can call to seek help or to get help. So if you get this, and really you can get this from any facility that gives the treatment, HIV treatments, and you can get the kit there. Just walk in, talk to somebody, the pharmacist or the lab scientists, and then trust me, they'll be more than willing to give this to you, and you can carry out the test, and you are not under any pressure to review your results. Okay, I'm talking too much. Let's do this. Okay, so I'm going to be opening up this pack now. Okay, so it's easy to tear. There's like a mark here. It's also on this side. I don't know if you can see it. So there's also a mark. I can actually tear from here or from here. So from either side. So I talk from the other side, and then I open it up. Alright, so now it contains this. So this is the developer, and then the tests, the sample collector, which is also where you'd get to read the results. So this window, so this is the shape of what is inside this place. So this window is where you're going to read the results from, and this is the developer. I'm going to be opening this in a bit. Let's look at what else is inside this pack. Okay, so inside this pack we also have leaflets, which contains instruction on how to use this test kit, and then there's also a stand. So this is a stand which you can place. I don't know if you can see this. A stand on which you can place the developer and the test strip while waiting to read the results. Alright. Okay, so another thing is, okay, so there are two leaflets here. One is in English and the other is in Pidgin. I don't know if you can see this. Okay, so this is in English, and then this is in Pidgin English. And then for different countries, as I said, the packaging is different. So in South Africa, for instance, I think there is one in English and one in Swahili. And then for different countries, there is another one that is one in English, one in French, and different countries like that. I think there's also the Spanish one. So there are different things. So for Nigeria, we have English and Pidgin English. English. Sorry, I don't know. English and Pidgin English. Alright, so let me read this instruction. So when you open it, this is what is there. I'm not going to be reading everything. I'm just going to be reading things that we need to do. Alright, so the first instruction for you says you must follow the test direction carefully to get an accurate result. Do not eat or drink for at least 15 minutes before you start the test, or use mouth cleansing product. That means you must not use any mouth cleansing product. That means mouthwash or toothpaste product before 30 minutes before you start the test. So as I said, it's either you've not eaten in the last 15 minutes, or you've not brushed your teeth or used any cleansing products, mouth cleansing products in the last 30 minutes. And also, if you've been on antiretroviral drugs, any antiretroviral drugs, or any HIV treatment drug, do not take this, because it's going to interfere with the result, and then you'll be getting a false result, a negative result, whereas it's supposed to be positive. Do you understand? Alright, so let's take this step. Alright, so as you can see now from this, the first thing says you will need a way to time the test. Alright, so now let me set my timer. I'm going to be using my phone as well. Let me set my timer to 20 minutes, because you're supposed to wait. The waiting time to reach the result is 20 minutes. So let me just set 20 minutes, and then by the time I collect the sample and everything, I'm going to click start so the time can start counting. Alright, so let me just put this by side and let me go on with the test. So I've read this before. Alright, so let me go on. So now the first thing I'm going to tear, according to what's in the instruction as well, is this developer. So I'm going to open it up. And what's in that pack is just this. So this developer contains a liquid. Ensure you do not drink the liquid or pour the liquid away, because this is what you'll be using. This is what would ensure that you get the results that you need. It's going to help the sample you've collected, and then it's going to react with this, and then to get the results So this is what it looks like. So you're supposed to also check that it hasn't expired. So this is not expired. It's going to expire April 2022. I don't know if you can see. I'm trying to, but it's not focusing. Alright, so that's it. Okay, so you can either open it like this, or just, there is a part where your thumb can fit in, and just use it to push it. In any way that it's comfortable for you, just do it. So I'm going to open it like this, hold it firmly, and then detach the cap. Just pull it up from it. Hold it firmly and pull up. Then you place on the stand. So this is the stand. This is what the stands look like. I think you can see this. Oh God, the ray. So you can see what it looks like. So that's what it looks like. So I'm just going to place it inside like that. I'm going to place it. You have to fit it in, ensure it sits properly inside. Okay, so I've placed it now, and then I'll put it somewhere. I'm going to place it like that. Now let me quickly sanitize. Okay, so I should also mention that the fact that the result comes out positive, even though it's 99% accurate, the reason why you should still go back to the lab is some things might have interfered with the result and it actually isn't positive. So just go to the laboratory to confirm if it's actually positive or negative. And if you have doubts, you can still go to confirm it. Do you understand? And the fact that we're taking the sample from the saliva doesn't mean that HIV can be transmitted via kiss. No, you don't get HIV by kissing someone that has it. Also, this test should not be used if you are 11 years and below. So if you are under 11 years, do not use this. 11 and below, do not use this test strip. It's only for adults from 12 upward. And actually, most times, it is the polymerase chain reaction test that is being done to confirm the status of children. Okay, so let's tear the other parts now. Ensure that you try to feel what is inside the package. You've already seen what it's supposed to look like from this. So just check if it is facing upward and this soft part, this part, because this is where you'll be using to collect the sample. If it is facing downward, because you don't want to touch the surface, you don't want to touch this part with your bare hands. So ensure that it's facing upward, because although most times they do not make that mistake, you are going to tear it from here. Just the same way I tore the other one. So you can see you need to tear from that mark and then you hold the part. Do not hold this part. Do you understand? Alright, so let's go. So I felt it. I saw that it was properly inserted. There was no production error or packaging error. And then I bring it out. So as you can see, I'm bringing it out like this. This is where I'm holding. Ensure you're holding this. It must not fall. It must not touch any other surface. Just hold it like this. Now, I'm trying to check what else is inside this package. So there is a desiccant in this package, silica gel. It comes in almost most things, even shoes have this, and it's always written on it, do not eat, because it's an absorbent. It's just to absorb moisture that can actually affect this test collector on test strip. Alright, so now let's collect the sample. So now this is how you collect it. You collect in between your lips and your teeth. In between the lips and the teeth. So I'm just going to take it in from the cheek, like somewhere from the cheek on this side, and then I bring it to this side, and then I go again like this. Do you understand? There is actually the picture and how you should do it in the guide, in the manual. Alright, so let me collect this and go. Okay, so I'm holding my mouth because I don't want to make it touch any surface. Go. Okay, so as you can see, it's inside now. As if you are brushing your teeth. And then you swipe, kicks like it, like that. Go down. Finger, swipe. So now I've collected the sample. After collection, you then dip it down into this container. You can see deep down into the container. Ensure that it touches the base of that developer container, and then you can leave it. Now I'm going to set it to 20 minutes. Okay, so I've set my timer to 20 minutes, and then I'm just going to wait for this to develop, and then I can read the results. Okay, so I'm going to be sharing with you how to read the results in a minute, but I'm not going to be sharing my results with you because again it's confidential and it's personal. Alright, so let's explain the results. So we're going to be working with this result window, which has the C and the T. The C stands for control, and then the T stands for the test. So the T is the one that indicates the result. Okay, so once both lines are visible, then the result is positive. So this is a positive result. No matter how faint the T line is, it is positive. For this result, it is invalid because the first slide has this red background covering it, and then the other one has no background. That means nothing reacted, which is an invalid result. You can't read anything. For this, the first one is positive because both this control line and the test line are visible. The second one is negative because only the control line is visible, there is no test line. And then the third one is invalid because just the test line is visible, there is no control line, it is invalid. All right, so that's the result. Very explanatory. Sure that you wait 20 minutes before you read the test results, and then you can only read that result 40 minutes. Like the result is still valid 40 minutes after you've taken the test. Do you understand? So 20 minutes after you read, 20 minutes extra is like the maximum time you can use to read that test. After that, any other result is invalid, because usually after a long time it could probably start reading false positive or something. You have to discard it after you have taken the readings and everything, you've seen the results. Just pick this up again, open it up, remove the test strip from the that you have read the result, then place it back into the, you can decide to add the silica or not. Actually, the silica, you can actually keep it or throw it out. You can keep it to in like places where you put your clothes or something, just so that it can absorb moisture, and moisture does not affect things that you keep around, since you don't want moisture to affect. It also works that way. But if you don't want to take chances because you have kids around and you don't want them to put it in their mouth because it's poisonous, just put it back in the container, in the aluminum foil, and then the developer, cover it up. If you need to use this for something, maybe a DIY project or anything that you feel like you can use it for, I mean, you can keep it, and then put this back in its own case as well, and then in a bigger nylon, a bigger aluminum foil rather, place it in it. You can decide to put back the leaflets in it if you do not need it, or just keep it. But these are the major things you have to throw out, so that other people don't use it or anything, or if you want people to access it as well. So put it back in the pack, and then put it in your waste bin. So I'm going to throw this out in my waste bin now. That's all, and I'm going to hold on to this and this because I might find a use for it. I mean, alright, so that's the end of this video. Ensure you walk into a facility, an HIV test facility or testing site, to get a self-test kit, and then do the test in the confines of your home, and get help if you need, and take precautions if you have to. Regardless of what the result is, I would advise to still go back to get your blood sample collected and the tests redone. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you've learned a thing or two. Goodbye, and stay safe, stay blessed, stay protected, abstain or use contraceptive if you have to, and do not share sharp objects, unsterile sharp objects. Do not use it. Ensure that whatever you use is yours. Don't share with anybody. Keep things sterile. I mean, you already know the drill. Alright, thank you guys for watching. Bye. Don't forget to like this video if you do enjoy or learn something from it. Don't forget to share with your friends and families. Ensure you subscribe to my channel. Just click the button. Click the button. It won't take time. Click it now. Thank you. You're a G. And then turn on post notification so that you get notified as soon as I drop content. Love you all. Bye.